Good morning. Yes, apparently we're at the gym this morning. We're at Gym on Pearl in downtown Burlington. I'm here with Mars, who's a trainer here, and you're super uber qualified to have someone come in and basically any aspect of fitness they're looking for, you can sort of create a custom fitness program for them.
Absolutely.
So we're talking about meeting goals and those goals and not to be too hard on yourself for 2017.
That is so big. I find that people overestimate what they can do, and then they if they don't meet those goals, they're so hard on themselves.
Big expectations.
Oh, huge.
And then they just give up.
So be loving and kind to yourself,
Yeah.
and think about what that goal is, and then think about those daily steps to get you there. It's the daily work, those habits that you form, and to be consistent with them. And if you fall off a little bit, it's okay.
It's okay,
You know,
right?
sometimes we say such harsh words to ourselves that we wouldn't even say to anybody else.
Isn't it true?
You know what?
Right.
Be kind and loving. It's
And
all
every
good.
little bit counts. So every little thing that you do counts. Taking the stairs one more time that day
Yeah.
instead of the elevator.
Yes.
You know, walking farther to your car, whatever it may be. Coming to the gym, and I mean, some people are like, oh, well, how many do I have to go to the gym every day? No, you don't.
No,
Give
no.
your time and do it, and that's what I think trainers are great for. They help you create a very efficient workout, so you're not at the gym for 2 hours.
No. Honestly, if you only had half an hour,
Yeah.
meet yourself where you're at, right? And not worry about what other people are doing.
Right.
Do what you can do, what fits in your schedule.
And build from there.
And build from there.
Now you're going to show me something it's basic. We see people do it,
Yes.
but it's all about actually two different exercises that are very common, but people do them incorrectly, and then you're not getting the right workout, the proper workout.
Exactly. So we're going to start with a basic squat.
Okay.
And the thing with this squat is you can do it without weight, you can graduate to with weight, you
Sure.
can graduate to the Bosu ball to create some instability. So let's start
Okay.
with a basic squat. So you've warmed up for about 5-10
Yeah,
minutes
at
on
this point we're
cardio
warm.
equipment, which is warmed up.
Yeah.
Okay, so feet hip width apart. So Les, you're going to take your arms out straight in front, and a good squat is when you sit your hips back and down, keeping your chest up.
So kind of
Okay?
like you're sitting in a chair,
You
right?
got it. And now you're going to press with your heels and come up. Okay, so what I want you to do, I'd like you to go down slowly.
Okay.
So count for 1, 2, 3. Get as deep as you can.
Yep.
Deep as you can. Then come up for 1.
Oh, I went too fast.
Okay, so go down for 3.
Down.
1, 2, 3, and then up for 1.
And then up for 1.
Yes.
So you're going slow on the way down. Now you're working really big muscle groups here.
Absolutely, your quads and your glutes. Okay, those are those big muscles that are going to fire up. You work those things, your metabolic rate will go up.
Huge.
It's really awesome. So
Okay,
those
plank
are great.
quickly before we
Okay,
go.
Get into
Again,
a
a
plank.
lot of people just kind of hang out here and don't do it properly, right?
Absolutely. So we want to make this very effective. So first of all, I want you to think about bringing your ribs towards your pelvis. So pull up a little bit. Okay. And do you mind if I poke you for a sec?
Go ahead.
Okay. So I want you to fire up your quads.
Okay.
And fire up your glutes. Okay. So we want to make these apples, not applesauce. Okay. And
Yep.
hold that there so you're nice and strong.
Yep.
Perfect. Find length from the top of your head like you were doing a headstand on that wall, and your feet are going out towards the parking lot.
Now you can really feel that when you do it properly.
That's so great. That's key. And
Yes.
the thing is that from that point, you can go into a push-up,
Sure.
and you've got a great technique.
All right,
there.
we're at Gym on Pearl this morning. Lots more health and fitness, wellness goals to get you through 2017. Thanks, Mars. We'll be back.
You like to move it. I like to move it, move it.
I'm here with Dr. Jordan Robertson. You're a naturopathic doctor. And let's talk a little bit about the word diet as we move through 2017. People have all different versions of what that means, and some people just can never, it feels like, well, basically they're on a diet their whole life, right? So how do we address that?
Yeah, that's a great question. And at this time of year, we're definitely bombarded by information on diets, right? And so
Yes.
people, often when they come to me, they're very confused. They don't know whether or not they should be eating 6 times a day, 3 times a day, if they should eat 0 carbs, if they should be fasting. And interestingly, I have a faculty position at McMaster, and we just spent the last 3 months studying like the best diet for weight management. And interestingly, every diet works. It seemed that the trick in the research is that it depends on how satisfied or how full people feel by the foods that are in their diet plan. That's what really makes the difference.
And that
whether
makes
or not-
sense, doesn't it?
Exactly. So it's really the longevity of the ability for the person to do the diet for a long time, right? So in general, we don't prescribe something we don't expect someone to be able to do forever.
So it becomes you want it to become a lifestyle.
Exactly. And if patients feel more satisfied, they actually have an easier time managing their food intake
Sure.
rather than struggling with cravings or appetite control.
If you're starving, you're gonna like, you know what, I'm not gonna make it to Friday, I'm giving up.
Exactly.
Right.
So So when we're assessing patients, we actually want to understand sort of so how do we decide, right, what diet is going to make someone feel more full? And part of that is based on their sort of hormonal makeup or their hormone profile.
Go figure.
And we can measure things in the office. So what I was going to demonstrate today is just a simple sort of at-home tool that you can use to decide whether or not sort of your hormones are actually playing a role at how satisfied you feel by food, and whether or not that would help you sort of manage your diet a little easier. So all you need is a tape measure, actually, and you're going to measure your waist at the smallest point and then your hips at the largest point.
Okay.
And so what we're looking for is you actually want a ratio of less than 1. So
Okay.
when we measure around your waist, okay, so we're going to go at the smallest point. All right, and then we're actually going to go at the largest point for your hips. And what we want is for that waist measurement to be smaller than what we find at the hips, because as we start to see maybe a 1-to-1 ratio, so they're the same all the way down, or we have a larger measurement around the waist than we do at the hips, that's showing us that as far as the way you store fat and the way your metabolism and your hormones are impacting your ability to lose weight, that's going to tell us or guide us in terms of deciding what type of diet is best for that patient.
And hormones play such a huge role, and I know that's a big part of your practice is helping people with hormones, both men and women,
Exactly.
dealing with hormonal issues. So you know that plays such a huge role. So what does someone do? Like if someone comes to you and you're able to figure that out for them, that ratio, and help them, so prescribe something specifically to them.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. So looking at where they're carrying weight, so whether it's like on the back of their arms, in their in their hips or in their buttock,
thighs.
that's going to tell us, as well as running some of their hormones,
Yes.
will tell us exactly what kind of diet they should be eating to sort of better match their metabolism. But there's really simple things that everyone can do to help manage their weight better and help manage their satiety, even just eating slower. So patients that sort of are rushing from appointment to appointment, eating their meals in their car, that's really going to impact their ability to manage their appetite later in the day.
Okay.
We also encourage patients just to eat protein at every meal. That stimulates that satiety or that feeling of fullness in a way that's totally different than fat and carb.
Okay.
And so as patients sort of manage their meals better even, so focusing on things like protein in every meal, that can help them feel more satisfied by their food and then have less overeating later in the day.
Well, thank you, Jordan. And Jordan, you are located where?
We're right on Pearl Street, actually, just at 395 Pearl in
Perfect.
downtown Burlington.
People can look you up as well and find out more
Great.
information. All right,
Awesome.
good for
Thanks.
2017. We'll be back with more. We're getting you all set for your health and wellness goals in 2017. And right now I'm here with Naomi from Body Bar, and you are at Juice Bar located on Lake Shore in downtown Burlington. And we're talking about the benefits of juicing. So your daughter was actually diagnosed with cancer. And
That's
this is
right.
what really got you set on the benefits of juicing.
Absolutely. You know, for all of us, whether you have a disease terrible like cancer or whether you just want to lead a healthy lifestyle, juicing can be a really big part of that. You know, it's hard to get all of our servings of fruits and vegetables in our day.
Sure.
So how do we do it? Well, you get about 2 to 3 servings of your fruits and veggies in one juice. So
much
really
easier
easy
that
to
way.
get it in.
Drink it and you're moving on through your day, and it really energizes you too, doesn't it?
It so does. It so does. I mean, we've got some great things here like kale. Kale is so high in vitamin A, vitamin C, high in folate. And you know, talking about protein, you can get protein from plants. So 1 cup of kale has almost 3 grams of protein.
And I think that's why people don't realize that you can get that from, and so when you're eating a kale salad sometimes you're like, I am so full. It's because of that.
Yes.
So, I mean, we know plant food, proteins are so good for us, so why not do it this way? Now people can go in and buy a juice
Yep.
from you. You can also do a juice cleanse. So tell me how that works with our bodies.
Yeah, well, juice cleansing is really important. It's a great way to reset your body, to kickstart whatever nutritional plan that you have. You know, many of us will fall into certain traps about eating unhealthy foods, and some of those foods can be highly addictive.
Yes.
So what can we do to overcome that? Well, a juice
Reset.
cleanse is it's a great reset.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you press that reset button. Even after only 3 days of cleansing, you can totally eradicate those food addictions. And you know, we're addicted to caffeine, we're addicted to processed food, and all that stuff is very toxic. So the other thing that's great about a juice cleanse, it really helps to detoxify you.
Yeah.
At the end of a juice cleanse, you feel revitalized, you feel refreshed, your skin looks better, your hair looks better, and overall you just feel lighter.
So people can come in and visit you on Lakeshore in Burlington and
Yep.
talk about the juice cleanse. You said a 3, 5, or
7 day.
7-day.
7-day
and
cleanses.
you can explain how the process works.
Absolutely.
And they actually taste really good too,
They
right?
taste so good.
Don't be afraid.
They
This is
taste
2017.
fantastic.
Thank you so much,
Absolutely.
Naomi. We're getting getting people set on the right foot. And we are just here with you at Body Bar, but we'll be back in a little bit more here at the Gym on Pearl. Smells so good right now. We're here with Melissa from Pure You Health Studio, and let's talk a little bit about essential oils. Now, some people understand that some aspects of essential oils and they're good for us, but really don't know what to do with them sometimes.
Yeah. Well, the concept here is to detoxify your life and your home and your body, because a lot of people this time of year are trying to lose weight, and they're unable to because toxins are held in your fat cells, and the body will not let you release that because then it will flood the body with toxins. So it's a magnificent organism. So what we're going to do to clear up our homes, make natural cleaners, natural sanitizers, and use these to combat any ailments we might have. Like we have one roller ball here that we make a flu balm with.
Sure.
So rather than any other over-the-counter products, you're going to use a flu balm every hour on your spine and on the base of your toes.
This is a good time of year to be doing. A lot of people are walking around sick right now, so a
lot.
natural remedy. And how often would you do something like this? So you create, as you said, on the bottom of your feet, down your spine. How often in the day would you do that?
If you're really sick, I would do it every single hour. Okay. If you can keep up with that pace.
Sure,
if you've got a sleeping child or yourself.
Yeah.
But if you can keep up the pace every hour on your spine and on your feet, and as you start clearing up, you might want to just do it 3 times a day.
All right, so what are the
eventually.
ingredients? What's the base of this?
The ingredients are, we would put 10 drops of lemon, 10 drops of On Guard, 10 drops of Melaleuca, 10 oregano, and 10 frankincense. And then we would fill it with the fractionated coconut oil, and then we're done. We just shake it every time we're going to use it, and roll our spines and roll our feet.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, the natural hand sanitizer as well. A lot of people traveling and they would like to have something in their purse, something to use. I don't think people realize that hand sanitizers can be quite toxic.
Yeah, they're very
perfumes
toxic. Yeah,
and type things, right?
Very, very toxic. Yeah. So this has only natural ingredients. So what I use is water. I'm the lazy sanitizer maker. I just use water and any oil I choose.
Okay.
Usually one called On Guard because it boosts your immune system as well.
Okay.
But for people with more sensitive skin, they might want to add some vitamin E, just like a tablespoon, and maybe 2 tablespoons of the aloe vera. Give you some hand softening as well, and then you're good to go, and it kills incredible amounts of germs.
Wow. Now, before we go, we want to talk quickly about probiotics in our body and how important they are.
Yeah, that actually, my number one thing I would recommend to anybody trying to get healthier is a probiotic, because the majority of your immune system is in your gut. So we want to fill our guts with healthy bacteria to combat any of the negative bacteria that are happening.
Okay.
So that we don't get the flu.
Now, Pure You Health Studio is where?
It is on Martha Street, downtown Burlington.
Very good. So they can contact you and find out more on how to use all these wonderful essential oils. Because not only do they smell good, but we know they benefit our bodies
Yes, exactly.
deeply.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Melissa.
Thank
That's
you.
it for now.